asked Vak, do Udgana for us. So Vak said, let it be. She did Udgana for them. Whatever enjoyment or bhoga comes to the Deva through Vak, that auspiciousness or kalyana is taken by the Atma itself. The Atma, understanding that they, that is the Devas, will win over us through the Udgadha, the one who sings, pierced the Vak with sin. That is why even now, when one speaks, the Vak contains good mixed with bad. Vagdevata was the Udgadha of the Deva for singing Udgana. She is the Devata of the mantra Asatoma Satgamaya for Upasana and for the creation of karma. She was utilized by the Deva. The Upasana and Gnana of every kind springs from Vak only. At the end of this chapter, it is said, Trayam va idam namarupam karma. This world of action and form and name is Shabda Prapancha, and it is the Vishaya of Avidya. But in its ultimate state or in the Para state, the Paratma or the Vidya, which is without name or form, also exists. To reach Vidya, one has to negate like Neti at each step of the Avidya Prapancha. You have to negate Avidya to reach Vidya. Therefore, the Jivatma, which is a samsari and imagines and depends upon meanings of words, are awakening from the very same upadhi of Vak and merge in it too. That is why in Vak, the Gnana, Karma and their effects are seen. So Vak is a very powerful thing. The enjoyment of good words, that is Bhoga Bhala, is not only for the one who utters the good word, but also for the entire universe. That is why the mantra is said to be auspicious or kalyana. So we have to think about the other way also. When one utters bad words, that also cause bad effects for the universe. No? So one has to be very careful to say only good things, think good things, speak good things and do good things. That is very important in the Vedic Shastras. Then in Jyotishtoma, there are 12 mantras. The first 3, Pavamanas, are for the Yajamana. The last 9 are for the Udgada or the singer. So more is for the singer. The share of the Udgana and its auspiciousness is 1/4 to the listeners. Listeners also get. 3/4 goes to the Vak itself. What is for the Vak goes to the creator of the Vak himself or herself. The pronunciation of the Samyak Varna, the effect of such good pronunciations are taken by the Vak Devada herself. Therefore, 3/4 of every creation using the Vak or the words is the praise for Vak Devada herself. What I speak or what I write is the praise for the Vak Devada herself. And whether it is Sahitya or Sangeeta, this has to be remembered. It is for whoever reads or hears the words too, being contribution of literature or music, everything. The overall meaning of the words, which the listener grasps, alone will determine his or her share of cognition and enjoyment. If I cannot understand what is spoken or what is sung, I cannot get the effect. So that part only, your understanding, your cognition only gives you your effect. Yajamana, who organizes and supervises the sacrifice, is thus getting only 1/4 of the share. Whether it is king or Brahmin or everybody who is doing the yajna, the Yajamana gets 1/4 of the share only, because he is the listener only. Yajamana is only the listener, but that gives him auspiciousness which is due for all too. The entire world gets it, no? The word or vak which gives auspiciousness to all has to be the vak which gives enjoyment to all creation and organizes all of them as one, that unity in the universe. It is the vak of great person without any sangha to Vishaya, no attachment to the sense objects. So Asura, to assure their success, pierced the great word with Vishaya Sangha, that is called the sin, and made it separatist word. Instead of unity, they produced separatism. Separatist words make people quarrel, hate between each other, and then results in killing, war, bad words. No? It is this harmful separatist dialogue that we see still in the word, the Vedic Rishi says. Because of that only, we see, if we think, say or do a bad word, doing means practicing what we think and what we say. No? So, manasa, vaja, karmana, if you do a bad word, if you utter a bad word, its effects will follow us either in this or in our next janma. Therefore, the bad words which the Asura put into the ancestral word is still continuing as doubts of these types in the present generation. That is what the Vedic Rishi thinks. Killing animal is the say karma introduced by the Asura into the auspicious word. The concept of giving auspicious mantra and auspicious music to infants even during the time of conception is with the view of giving kalyanato, kalyana, auspiciousness, the baby throughout his life, kalyana to the baby. The vasana of good words and bad words continue through generations. So we have to be very careful when we think and when we use our words, etc. Now, Guru Nitya Chaitanya Adi in his commentary has said that quarter of effect is for Ishvara and 3/4 is for the one who chants the mantra. According to the Guru, the effect that goes to Ishvara is for Kalyana of all, and the effect for the Udgada is only for himself. So this meaning is true for ordinary worldly karma, but not for the Alaugika Udgana. As Yadi himself has said, speech has a non-articulated silent operation. The speaker mentally looks at the words as they come in the sequential order. We are looking at the word within us. No? This sarga krama, the order of creation, ends up with the 3/4 effect of Udgada. And it is the effort of krama for a new creation of Sahitya. It is true that he gets fame, money, etc. The singer or the writer gets fame, gets money maybe. But Kalyana here is not that. It is not the money or the fame. What do you mean by Kalyana? The enjoyment of Rasanubhava, that is 3/4 for the creator and 1/4 for the listener and reader. Brahmanubhava is the twin of Rasanubhava. In Yajna, if we take the meaning Ishvara for Yajamana, this will not be true, because the Rasa experience or Brahma experience for Ishvara cannot be 1/4 alone. To say in Ishvara there is only 1/4 Ishvara or Brahma cannot be true. The entire Brahmanubhava is Ishvaranubhava itself. And hence, for the entire world, for its Kalyana or auspiciousness, it should be the real meaning. Then they asked the Prada, sing Udgida for us. Prana sang Udgida. Wherever enjoyment comes to Deva, through Prana was taken up by Prana. Knowing that they will win through the Udgada, the Asura quickly pierced the Prana also. Because of that, the nose will get the opposite smells. Then they asked the eyes. Similarly, same thing. The eyes also were pierced by the Asura, so that we see not only good things but also bad things. Then they asked the ears. Then the ears also were pierced by the uh, asuras. And because of that, we are hearing good things as well as bad things because the asuras have pierced it with sin. Then finally they asked the Mukhya Prana, which occupies the Asya. Asya is not the nose itself or the mouth, just full our respiratory Mukhya Prana, our Jiva is based on it. No? Then they asked Mukhya Prana, you sing Udgita for us. Let it be so. Mukhya Prana sang Udgita for them. The Asura, knowing that they will kill us through the Udgada, came fast to pierce the Mukhya Prana with sin. But as if a mud pot or a clod of clay thrown against a big rock, what happens to that mud piece? It will be made into a dust, and the dust expanded in all directions. The Asura became subdued, they could not pierce it, and unmanifested, and the Devas won over them through the Mukhya Prana. So Mukhya Prana is the agent of success for the Devas here. If one understands this, no enemy can win over their good work. The Mukhya Prana had no Vishaya Sangha and hence no selfishness. That is why it could withstand the sin. That was why the Asura could not pierce it with sin. The Asura means the pride and selfishness of the body, which is converted into nothing by the desireless Atma Kama of the Mukhya Prana. When the imagination that the body and the senses are me is lost, I am the body, I am the senses, that has to be lost. Only then the wisdom that I am the Atman will be dawned in us. Atma is in the form of Prakasha or energy. The cloud of clay or the body with its sense organs is only a solid with mass like any other object made of the 5 elements. And this also will be destroyed. The body will be destroyed any day. Today, next day you, like that, all the bodies, all the physical forms has to end. When it is destroyed and unmanifested, it also is the energy. The Bible says the dust will join the dust. No? That is what it meant to expand in all directions. Mud is everywhere. Like that, our body will also be thrown as mud in all directions. Therefore, we are desireless. If we are desireless, we can win over the body and senses. And then we can know the Atma, which is the light or energy within us. That is what is meant by enlightenment. We say Buddha got enlightenment. So somebody got enlightenment. Now, what is this enlightenment? Knowing your own Atma, the self-awareness, that is enlightenment. Bodhodaya. Deva achieved this through the help of Mukhya Prana. Their pride in the body, in the senses, etc. was destroyed. And they became enlightened Jivatma, enlightened Atma.